hot on the heels of Beyonce and Sainsbury's, we have the Dolly Parton challenge. Dolly Parton, someone who isn't on LinkedIn, has a managed Instagram page and probably doesn't need a Tinder because she's Dolly Parton, has kickstarted one of the biggest social trends of 2020 so far. Even the most innocuous seeming post can suddenly be picked up by the masses, and if they're able to integrate it into their own lives, if they're able then to post that out and have a bit of fun with it, it can really snowball and start something which becomes bigger than the initial post. It becomes a movement. So Dolly Parton put out a post, get a woman who can do it all, and she had a photo of herself in different scenarios: LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, Tinder. It was picked up quickly, everyone started making their own, and then we inevitably saw brands taking this on board and trying it themselves. Now, unlike some of the other posts where you find they do naturally sit on a certain platform, because this calls out all those different platforms, people have actually been posting it on LinkedIn as well. And that's where things get a little bit interesting, because you're immediately putting something out on LinkedIn which kind of is appropriate, because you're saying this is the LinkedIn photo, this is what we have as our profile picture on LinkedIn. Although if you look around me, you're going to see some of the photos that the Still Moving team have on their LinkedIn profiles, and it's like an abattoir in here. It's just body parts everywhere. So we're bucking the trend perhaps, but in any event, we still have a reasonably clear idea of what a LinkedIn photo is meant to be. The problem comes when you've got a LinkedIn photo next to a Facebook style photo, next to an Instagram style photo, next to a Tinder. That's probably where most of the issue lies, the Tinder style photo. I don't want to say that this is reflecting badly on the people who post it, because it is engaging with a social trend, but immediately you're putting it in a certain space where it's not the kind of thing that you would post on LinkedIn by virtue of the fact that it is saying Tinder. It is all about Tinder. People are taking this one step further, of course, so they have added in their own social media platforms. So you've got people like putting Grindr in there. There was a post that Eminem did which kind of went a little bit weird and sideways, where he put Grindr in there and then someone retweeted it on tagged Grindr, and then Grindr sort of dissed him, said who, and that was kind of a fun little exchange in one way, and then a little bit weird in another, so just leave that alone, put it in a box, it's over there. Still Moving engaged with this as well, and we took a photo of Spencer, our COO, and it's more targeted at people who know us, people who've worked with us, people who we know personally, makeup artists we've worked with, models we've worked with, so there's a couple of them in there, so that when they're looking at this, it's a little bit more personal. It's a nice way of bringing the human side for us to our Instagram feed, and it still went down really well. People still enjoyed it, but it wasn't just tagging camera gear. And we have seen a lot of companies who do make equipment doing a similar kind of thing. You know, they got pictures of the cameras, and then for the Tinder one, there's like an enormous lens on it and stuff. So people are still having fun with this, but we decided to go a slightly different route to sort of humanize ourselves and make us seem like we're actually people and not just a page posting endless shots of what we're doing on set and that kind of thing. So it's always important when you're looking at these to see what you want to get out of it. And that's something a lot of brands on social media don't necessarily consider before they post something. What's your outcome? Why is this relevant? Why are people going to want to engage with it? And it's something that we always try to look at when we're putting a post out. And how does that move us forwards? How does that improve our feed? How does that give better morale to people? And this one particularly, we had a lot of interaction beforehand, pulling together the photos on our group chat on WhatsApp. So the whole team liked posting photos of Spencer. So it's more of a morale boost and it's a bit of fun. And that shouldn't be understated. I think one of the things with the Sainsbury's thing was that all the staff could interact with this. So they started to own it a bit, and they got a bit of a kick out of, hey, I'm working somewhere and it's fun and we're having a bit of fun with it. So the Dolly Parton challenge has had its moment. It's probably burnt out now. We're still going to see people doing this format. It's going to become a little bit like a meme format, I guess. So you'll see evolutions of it. But I think you'll see the spike coming up, and then it's just going to drop straight off now. The evolution of LinkedIn as a platform is really interesting, and it's something I talked about before. I find it intriguing the way that it has gone from this very straight business platform to integrating photos, to integrating video, and during that evolution, we have found lots of stolen content. People still post stolen content, grabbed from YouTube channels, grabbed from Facebook, and it starts to feel a little bit more like how Facebook felt 3 or 4 years ago, where people started grabbing content from YouTube and reposting it on their Facebook pages in order to get traction and interactions. So posting original content is to be commended, and even if that means posting something which is jumping on a current trend like this meme. but always think about how that actually sits with your profile and how you're going to be perceived.